Please adhere to YouTube selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm not going to be smoking a cigarette in Maryland, which is probably a good thing in all honesty. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if smoking a cigarette in Maryland is a good or a bad thing because I've never done it before. But what I can say is that I want to do that. I want to smoke a cigarette in Maryland to find out just how good or just how bad smoking a cigarette in Maryland really is. And last night while I was driving home from Canada with my family, I thought I was going to have the opportunity to find out just how good or just how bad smoking a cigarette in Maryland actually is, because I thought I was going to be able to smoke a cigarette in Maryland for the first time. I looked at the map that we were looking at with the path on it that we were going on, and I was just looking, I zoomed in on Maryland. I was like, are we going through Maryland? And yeah, we were going through Maryland. I was like, sweet, let's stop in Maryland. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, find out just how good or just how bad smoking a cigarette in Maryland actually is. And then after that, let's go ahead and continue driving. That was the plan. But turns out, I didn't look too closely at where Maryland started and ended. So yeah, we did go through Maryland, technically speaking, for 5 minutes. We were in Maryland for no joke 5 minutes, and then we went to West Virginia, and then 10 minutes after that we were in Virginia. So just the way that we were driving, we literally went from Pennsylvania right to Maryland, right to West Virginia, and to Virginia within a 20-minute span. Sadly, on the portion of highway that goes through Maryland for no joke just 5 minutes, there's no welcome center, there's nowhere to stop, nothing like that besides like some very small side roads to a river. And since it was dark, I was not willing to pull down one of those. And so as such, I did not have the opportunity to smoke a cigarette in Maryland and to find out just how good or just how bad smoking a cigarette in Maryland actually is, and to smoke a cigarette in Maryland for the first time, which is a little bit of a shame. I'm sure I'll get another opportunity in the future, though. I don't live that far away from Maryland. It's only a couple-hour drive, so I'll get the opportunity sometime in the future, but it is a little bit sad that I did not get the opportunity to do that yesterday, I will admit. So today, as such, I figured I would not smoke a cigarette in Maryland because I'm not in Maryland, so why not smoke one of my American Spirit Blues not in Maryland? And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. And I certainly am looking forward to not smoking a cigarette in Maryland because, well, one, I'm not in Maryland, and two, because I want a cigarette. I actually don't know if smoking a cigarette in Maryland is good or bad. I've never done it before, but I'm just cracking jokes, you know what I'm saying? No offense if y'all are from Maryland, but also offense. No, I'm just kidding. But I do suppose I can't find out just how good or just how bad not smoking a cigarette in Maryland actually is if I don't actually not smoke a cigarette in Maryland. And so as such, I do suppose without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get my pack of American Spirit Blues. I'm trying to replicate what I said there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. My pack of American Blues. I think that's how I said it. I'm honestly not sure, but now that I've put my phone down on the table that I'm kind of next to right now, I do suppose I should probably go ahead and get my pack all opened up. I suppose I should probably go ahead and get one of my American Spirit Blue cigarettes all out of the pack. And now that I've done that, let's go and get my lighter out of my pocket as well. And now that I've got my pink Arizona Bic lighter out of my pocket, let's go ahead and get this cigarette right here all lit up. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a buzz, get some nicotine going, and find out just how good or just how bad not smoking a cigarette in Maryland actually is, and figure out if this is a good spot to not smoke a cigarette in Maryland. What's the rating that this spot will give? Well, or will get, not will give. Well, this spot is probably not going to be giving a rating to me. Like, it might be. For all I know, it's a sentient smoke spot. But I don't think it's going to be. What's the rating I'm going to be giving the smoke spot, though? Well, y'all will have to find out at the end of the video. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this cigarette all lit up, and let's go ahead and get to not smoking a cigarette in Maryland. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? And so far, first hit, pretty solid if I do say so myself. This spot, though, I'll acknowledge, pretty good spot in all honesty. I have smoked a couple cigarettes at this spot before. It's not in Maryland, it's in my local area, so I have smoked a couple cigarettes at this spot before. There's a little bit of like a stone bench, as we could see. There's a little bit of a lake in the bathroom. I'm getting my words all jumbled up today. I think I really need some nicotine. Let's go and take another hit. But there's a little bit of a stone bench right there, which is really good for putting your stuff down on. There's a little bit of an area over there which you can overlook the lake. There's the lake right there. And then all around me is a little bit of a forest, which does a very good job of dissipating the wind. Even the wind coming off of the lake is not really a super big deal by any means. This is a very nice calm spot with just a very nice light breeze that is just light enough to keep the bugs away from you. Honestly, it's a very solid spot, especially since the trees also do a really good job of shading you from the sun. So on a hot day like today, which is, it's like 100 degrees out here right now, it's really not too bad. It's really not too bad just because I'm not directly in the sun, in all honesty. If you ask me, overall, this is a pretty solid smoke spot, but I won't know anything for sure until I'm actually done with my cigarette. And my throat is not super happy today. It hasn't been happy for the last little while, so I gotta go and take a little bit of a sip of water real quick. How's it going? Feeling much better now. Definitely needed some water. My throat, I don't know what's going on with it, but it has not been happy for the last couple days now. Well, let me tell y'all what. It was starting to feel better, and then it's starting to feel worse, and then it's starting to feel better, and then it's starting to feel worse. I don't know what the deal is. It's probably just the fact that I smoke cigarettes, in all honesty, but also it be happening when I don't smoke cigarettes as well. Not that I really go too long without a cigarette, but yeah. One of my other family members has a very similar thing going on right now, so I don't think it's just me. I think it's actually, I don't think it's just me. I don't think it's just the cigarettes. I think it's actually just a little bit of a sickness, like a summer sickness or something like that kind of thing. Not exactly sure what's going on, but I hope it goes away soon because it'd be a little bit more annoying than not. I picked up the pack of American Spirit Blues that I have right here in Pennsylvania for $11.70 because I wanted to pick up a pack of American cigarettes to smoke while I was in Maryland. So I planned ahead. I stopped for dinner with my family in College Town, or like College City, or college. It's like a city literally named like College City or College Town or something like that kind of thing. That's what it says on Google Maps at least. And that's what it said on road signs too, which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, this town is literally called College Town or something like that. But I stopped there with my family to grab dinner, and grabbed dinner with my family, and while we were heading out, we grabbed some gas as well, and I ran inside and grabbed myself a pack of cigarettes because I was like, I don't want to use all my Canadian cigarettes already, so I got to grab myself a pack of American cigarettes. I got to smoke an American cigarette in Maryland, right? Yeah, it didn't actually end up stopping in Maryland, and I ended up overpaying for this pack by a very significant degree. This pack is like normally like, I'd have to say like probably $8.50, $9 in my local area, maybe $9.50 depending on where you go. Yeah, it was a little bit more expensive than not, to say the least. Pennsylvania, they don't have quite as bad of prices of cigarettes as New York. Like New York, this pack would have been like $14 USD, but it's still $11 for a pack of American Spirits. Man, I got to make sure I get my money's worth out of this pack. That is for sure. Like Pennsylvania and New York, the cigarette prices there are like almost, I wouldn't say almost, but they're getting up to, well, New York is literally more expensive than the price of cigarettes in Canada. No joke, literally more expensive than the price of cigarettes in Canada. And Pennsylvania is like almost as expensive as cigarettes in Canada, which is pretty wild, frankly put. And all of that is without mentioning that I bought myself a pack of Camel Unfiltereds in Pennsylvania as well at the same gas station, because I stopped at a Sheetz, and normally Sheetz don't carry like Camel Unfiltereds in my local area. Camel Unfiltereds are a little bit harder to find in my local area than not, but I saw they had them, so I was like, oh, I'll just go ahead and grab a pack now without thinking about the price. Yeah, $14 for a pack of Camel Unfiltereds. I was like, bro, that would be like $10 in my local area. I'm like, bruh. Oh my God, I just spent $27 on cigarettes with tax. wild stuff. Cigarette prices in Pennsylvania are wild, let me tell y'all what. My condolences if y'all live in Pennsylvania or New York. My sincerest condolences. Prices there for cigarettes, way too dang high. Way too dang high. I can totally see why you might choose to drive to another state and pick up a couple cartons and then drive back. Totally see why. Honestly, that's what I would do. Overall, though, how is not smoking a cigarette in Maryland? It's pretty solid. This is a pretty solid smoke. This is a pretty solid spot. I'd have to give this spot like a solid, like, do I want to give it a 4 out of 4? Or do I want to give it like a high 3 out of 4? I mean, like, it's pretty close to like a 4 out of 4. The bench is not really the most comfortable, in all honesty. It would be better if it was a wooden bench or a fake wooden bench, like made with fake wood. But, I mean, like, it's a pretty solid spot nonetheless. I'd have to say this spot's, it's not quite a 4 out of 4. It's like a high 3 out of 4. There's a trash can right over there, which definitely ups it just a little bit more so than not. There's a lake, very pretty nature, a forest, a little bit of a breeze. So even with the heat in my local area, not in Maryland, it's a pretty good spot, if I do say so myself, but it's not like quite the perfect spot. It's not the best spot I've ever smoked cigarettes at. It's like a solid, like, high 3 out of 4. But would I smoke a cigarette here again? 100%, I totally would. Decent spot. Decent spot, to say the least. Not the best spot in the world, but a decent spot nonetheless. I'm starting to feel a little bit buzzed, though. It is currently 5:21 in the afternoon, and this is my second cigarette of the day. I woke up really late today. I woke up at like 2:30 because I drove for 10 hours yesterday. Did the entirety of the trip from Toronto in Canada to North Carolina in one day, one 24-hour period. Ended up being, I want to say, oh man, I think it was a 19-hour drive overall. Granted, we stopped a bunch. So there were like 5.5 hours worth of stops. So it's only like 13.5, 14 hours worth of actual driving, but I drove for about 10 hours of that, and man, it wiped me out. We got back at like 4 in the morning. I didn't go to bed until 5 because I wanted to unpack. Got all my Canadian cigarettes out that I brought back with me. I brought back a bunch. Get those all organized and everything like that kind of thing. Wanted to get everything organized, but yeah, it was a lot of driving. Got back so late. I woke up so late, but totally worth coming back in one straight shot in one 24-hour period, and definitely worth not stopping at a hotel. It's because I just hate stopping at hotels on the road in all honesty. It's just, I just don't like doing it. I'd prefer not to. Spend $100 just to sleep somewhere? Nah. If I'm at a hotel for multiple days, that's one thing. But just to stop somewhere to sleep when I could just take a nap at a rest stop, I'd much rather do that. Although, it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm certainly not going to hate if somebody wants to stop at a rest stop instead of driving. And if I felt the need to stop driving, I certainly would have. But I just prefer not to. I think we got one more hit of this cigarette left, though, so I'm going to go ahead and take one more hit, and then I'm going to go and step it out on the ground. I think that was all I had to this cigarette. I'm going to go and step it out on the ground. Thankfully, it's a little bit sandy right where I'm sitting. So just stub that out, make sure it's not going to cause no forest fires or nothing like that. This is a beautiful spot. Don't want to cause no fires or nothing like that, of course. Got my cigarette butt right here. I'm going to throw it away after this video. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I did not smoke a cigarette in Maryland, though. As a whole, I'd have to say this was a pretty good time. Definitely solid spot to smoke a cigarette. Definitely solid spot to not smoke a cigarette in Maryland. Certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Solid spot, solid like high 3 out of 4 if you ask me. Not quite a perfect 4 out of 4. And overall, very pretty spot. Very solid smoke, very enjoyable smoke. And I've had a good time. I've had a good time to say the least. I certainly hope you guys enjoyed watching my video of me not smoking a cigarette in Maryland. And I just realized I completely forgot to grab a little bit of a screenshot. Well, I do suppose maybe I could go for another smoke, so I'll just grab a smoke, or yeah, I'll just grab a smoke and grab a screenshot after this video. That'll be what it be. It'll be what it be. Well, certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to, well, like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my second channel all in the description down below. Go check it all out. And as said, like and subscribe. Yeah, till the next one, y'all. Stay safe and peace. Oh, wait, I just realized. If you guys have smoked a cigarette in Maryland before, let me know in the comments down below how it was. Is smoking a cigarette in Maryland actually good? Let me know in the comments down below. But, you know, I think that's all I had to say. To the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?